This video is over the last two questions in topic 15, number 9 and 10. So looking at creating a histogram given information about the class boundaries. And there's two different ways that this is done. So in either case, you'll be given a list of data. You will have the option to send data to calculator. So there's a button that you push under the data, and then on the calculator, it'll put that list of data, whatever, like it'll be there. And you'll have on the calculator a button that says sort. And you click that button and it'll rearrange that list into order least to greatest. That will make the counting part of the process much easier and less likely to make errors. It is a bit of a pain. You have to scroll through that, so you can't see it all at once, but it does put it in order, which is worth, I think, the hassle of scrolling. So you'll have that, but then you'll be given either, in this case, we have the initial class boundary and the ending class boundary and the number of classes. So the number of classes or the number of bars. Now, when we have these class boundaries, it takes 6 class boundaries to create 5 classes, because there needs to be an extra one. You can think of an extra one at the beginning or an extra one at the end. But if I just have 2 things, it creates 1 bar. Add another, now you have 2 created with 3. So we need 6 class boundaries altogether. And the first one is 12.5 and the last one is 47.5. And then we want that distance to be divided into 5 equal parts. So there's the equal width. So we need to figure out, what does that class width need to be? What do I need to count by to get from 12.5 to 47.5 in exactly 5 steps? So if we look at, well, what's the total distance? The total distance or the total width? Well, I can just subtract the 47.5 minus 12.5, and that's 35. And I want to divide that into 5 equal parts. So that is going to be, as you would expect, 35 divided by 5. So that's 7. So I'm going to start with 12.5. I'm going to add 7 and add 7 again. So 12.5 plus 7 is 19.5, plus 7 again is 26.5, plus 7 again is 33.5, plus 7 again is 40.5. And even though I already have the next number, I'm going to go ahead and double check. That is plus 7 again to give that correct ending class boundary of 47.5. So once you have those class boundaries in place, then you can start putting the data. So this first one is going to be everything from 13 through 19. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. And so this will just be a click and drag. In Alex, you can add class boundaries, you can take away class boundaries, and click and drag for the height of the bar. The next category is from 20 to 26. So that is going to be, there's a 22, and that is all in there. So just 1 there. This was 7. And Alex will put the number at the top of the bar as well. So that helps a little bit, I think, in keeping track. Next group between 26.5 and 33.5 would be 27 through 33. So 27 through 33 is 1. So 27, 31 is in there. And the 33s. So that is 4. And then from 33.5 to 40.5. So 34 to 40. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last category between 40.5 and 47.5 would be 41 through 47. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I double check, I add those up, 7 plus 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5. And that adds up to 22. And if we look back here, it said 22 customers. So at least I know I didn't leave anything out or count anything twice. That doesn't guarantee I didn't put something in the wrong category, but at least it's not obviously incorrect. So that's the one type. And then the other type is it gives you that list. Again, send data to calculator and sort. But it gives you the initial class boundary and it gives you the class width. So this does not tell you how many bars there need to be. You start with that initial class boundary and you start adding the class width. So 59.5 is 64.5. There's my first class. So that's going to be anything. So that's going to be 60 to 64 would be in there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I still have more higher numbers, so I'm going to go to the next. So add 5 again, 69.5. So this next class will have numbers from 65 through 69. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's still more numbers, so I'll add another class boundary, adding 5 to the 69.5. The next one is 74.5. Then I'm adding numbers from 70 to 74 for this class. So that is, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still not out of numbers, so add again, plus 5 gives 79.5 as the next boundary. Anything from 75 to 79 is included here. And so there is 1, 2, 3, 4. And still not done with the numbers, so I will add another class. So plus 5 again, now 84.5 as the boundary. Anything from 80 to 84 is covered here, so there's 1, 2, and I have used up all of my numbers. Can double check. 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 is 23. And I look back and it said 23 male adults, so that adds up as it should. You could also start by looking at the numbers, like as soon as you see there's an 82, then that would tell you you needed to at least go up to the 84.5. You could look and see if there's anything larger. So you don't have to just add those additional classes as needed. You can go ahead and figure out how far it needs to go. But the class width of 5 was not how many classes there were, but it was how far from one boundary to the next. So make sure when you're given the class width that you don't treat it as the number of classes, or when you're given the number of classes, that is not the class width. They might happen to be the same number coincidentally.